For today's headlines, Election Day a holiday. BBM win assures continuity, says Noor. Nuclear energy adoption nearing reality. Failure of elections unlikely, says Comelec. Persons deprived of liberty visitation resumes anew. Poblacion girl faces criminal raps. Kiefer makes Hanoi roster. Putin apologized for Russia Hitler claims, said Israel. Good morning, I am Venice Bautista and this is Tribune News on Q. Today is May 6, 2022, and these are the latest news of this Friday morning. President Rodrigo Duterte has declared May 9, Monday, a regular holiday in the Philippines to give voters the chance to participate in the national and local elections. The declaration was made through Proclamation 1357 upon the recommendation of the Commission on Elections. It was signed by Executive Secretary Salvador Medialdea on behalf of the President on Thursday. The Comelec earlier said that declaring Election Day a holiday would enable over 65.83 million registered voters to cast their ballots. Among these are over 6.9 newly registered voters, the majority of whom are from the youth sector. More than 18,000 positions are up for grabs, including the presidency, the vice presidency, and the 12 Senate seats. Moro National Liberation Front, or MNLF, founding chair Nur Misuari has urged his fellow Muslims to leave the past behind in rallying support for the respective presidential and vice presidential bids of former Senator Bongbong Marcos and Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte Carpio. Misuari said that for him, it's enough to ask a candidate in black and white what he intends to accomplish so that he can be held accountable later if elected. He also cited Sara's close relationship with the MNLF. Misuari posited that if Bongbong wins the presidency, it would serve as an extension of President Rodrigo Duterte's term. In the 2016 elections, Misuari supported then Davao City Mayor Rodrigo Duterte's presidential bid and Bongbong's vice presidential bid. The Moro Islamic Liberation Front, or MILF, on the other hand, endorsed the presidential bid of Vice President Leni Robredo last month. House Deputy Speaker and Lone Basilan District Representative Mujib Hataman said then that the MILF believes Leni's presidency would ensure the certainty of peace in Mindanao. The Philippines might finally integrate nuclear power plants into its energy mix as presidential race frontrunner Bongbong Senator Marcos has vowed to speed up its adoption if elected to the palace on Monday. Bongbong said in his speech that we should look at nuclear power again, adding that a South Korean proposal to rehabilitate the Bataan Nuclear Power Plant, or BNPP, built for $2.2 billion during his father's presidency should be revisited. House Deputy Speaker Rodante Marcoleta said over the weekend that nuclear energy can be a viable solution to ensure the country's long-term energy security. He cited the need to stop vilifying nuclear energy. Last week, the DOE proposed to create a specialized regulatory body to be called Commission on Nuclear Energy to safeguard the integration of the nuclear power in the country's energy mix. It said the new agency should be composed of professionals capable of safely harnessing nuclear energy. Energy Secretary Alfonso Cusi said that the issuance of Executive Order 164 aids the country's quest for energy security. President Rodrigo Duterte signed the EO on February 28, and it was made public recently. Tribune News on Q will be back after these reminders.
pagkakaisa.
Si Harry Roque pinaglaban ang karapatang Pilipinong mangisda sa sariling karagatan. Malaking tulong po na ibigay niya po sa akin.
Sa mga walang boses sa lipunan, si Harry Roque ang spokesman ng bayan. Attorney Harry Roque sa Senado, number 54 sa balota.
Kaming minahirapan ng mga sundalong Hapon. Si Harry Roque, pinaglabang kami.
Sa mga walang boses sa lipunan, si Harry Roque ang spokesman ng bayan. Attorney Harry Roque sa Senado, number 54 sa balota.
We are back on Tribune News on Q. The Commission on Elections on Thursday assured the public that failure of elections will be unlikely amid reports that there are some defective vote counting machines or VCM, saying that repair hubs are already activated that will replace any defective machines. Comelec Commissioner Marlon Casquejo said that the poll body will not have any problems with the presence of repair hubs, noting that the Comelec has complete control of the 2022 national and local elections. He added that the poll body will release a daily report on the conduct of final testing and sealing of ballots that will be posted on their website. The Comelec official also reported there are only 355 out of 70,924 VCM tested that are defective and will be in need of replacement, adding that the poll body had already contingency plans in place in case there are no more backup VCM available. Casquejo noted that they can insert the SD card to the defective machine to another VCM when the other precinct already finished voting. The Bureau of Corrections, or Bucor, announced that visitors of persons deprived of liberty, or PDL, will once again be accepted at the 7 prison facilities of the Corrections Bureau, provided that visitors are fully vaccinated against the coronavirus disease 2019. It added that visitors must also present vaccination cards and government-issued identification cards, must undergo rapid antigen tests, and must observe minimum health standard protocols like proper wearing of masks and physical distancing. The Bucor said that face-to-face visits were restored by the Bucor Director General Gerald Bantag after more than 2 years of suspension since COVID-19 hit the country in March 2020. Since March 29, 2022, Bucor Deputy Director General Gabriel Chaclag said the 7 prison facilities have been declared COVID-19 free and noted that since January 20, there had been no reports of COVID-19 infections among all personnel and PDL. The Makati Prosecutor's Office has approved the filing of a criminal case against Gwyneth Ann Chua, also known as Poblacion Girl, for allegedly defying mandatory quarantine after her arrival from the United States on December 22, 2021. Aside from Chua, also to be charged is Esteban Gatbonton, security guard for the Bahia Hotel, for assisting in the escape of Gwyneth from the quarantine facility. The Makati City Office of City Prosecutors said that Chua has seen attending a party with friends in Poblacion, Makati City on December 23, 2021. And on December 26, Chua tested positive for COVID-19, and some of those who attended the party were allegedly also infected with the disease. The prosecutors said that in a resolution dated April 19, 2022, they found probable cause to charge Chua with violation of Section 9 of RA 11332 codifying the directives of the authorities on mandatory quarantine. Tribune News on Q will be back. Stay with us.
Umay cantar Agitin kalipatin di problema
Hulaton nato ang kabuntagon. Pahuway, damgo ang ikaliway. Moro di hapon ang basta kita magkautpo. Pirmi na pintas kita sa pagsubok sa araw ay dalang kahaya.
Nasa ating pagkakaisa ang pag-asa ng ating bayan.
Sa ating pangarap, haharapin na
Sama-sama tayong pabangon muli.
PG Party List, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, boses natin sa Kongreso. PG Party List, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, basic good. Atin to, pagkaisa ng maling ang mga hinaing. Young and active leaders sa Kongreso, ang boses natin. Tandaan at iboto, balot 108. Civilian realize the projects we dreamed of. PG Party List, vote 108 na. PG Party List, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, boses natin sa Kongreso. PG Party List, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, basic good. Atin to, PG Party List, atin to.
You are still watching Tribune News on Q. Kiefer takes a crack at his 6th straight gold medal as the Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas included him in the 12-man squad that will compete in the men's basketball competition of the 31st Southeast Asian Games. Ravenna, a playmaker for the Shiga Lake Stars in Japan, bannered the Gila squad that will defend its crown in the regional tourney set at the Tan Tri District Sporting Hall from May 16 to 22. Despite his late inclusion, Ravenna is still expected to provide playmaking stability and veteran experience in the regional tourney. The former Ateneo de Manila University standout is considered as the most successful Gilas player in the SEA Games stage, hauling 5 consecutive titles since the 2011 edition in Jakarta. Meanwhile, Russian President Vladimir Putin has apologized for remarks made by his foreign minister Sergei Lavrov, who claimed Adolf Hitler may have had Jewish blood, Israel said on Thursday. Lavrov's comments sparked outrage in Israel, which has sought to maintain ties with Russia following the invasion of Ukraine. The Prime Minister accepted President Putin's apology for Lavrov's remarks and thanked him for clarifying his attitude towards the Jewish people and the memory of the Holocaust, Bennett's office said in a statement. A Kremlin summary of the Bennett-Putin call, which came as Israel marked 74 years since the creation of the Jewish state, made no mention of a Putin apology. It did, however, note that the leaders discussed the historic memory of the Holocaust. And that wraps up the stories this morning, but before we go, we would like to thank the following: SM Store, Araneta City, Department of Tourism, MG Motors, Hina Motors, Security Bank, Empire Isan Holdings Incorporated, and Overseas Community Affairs Council member Alan Lin, a Republic of China, for their continued support. Again, this is Venice Bautista on Tribune News on Q. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good morning.
Catch the latest news on our website, tribune.net.ph. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. Download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store for iOS and Google Play for Android to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune invites you to join its vibrant community, Katribu, to get updates on the hottest news on politics, business, sports, lifestyle, and entertainment. Emoticons of the Tribune mascot Tarsito are available on our community Viber.